Bastion Heary, how are you? Welcome to the show. You well?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I'm really good.
That's good. Enjoying the time off football, no doubt.
You try to stay fit, try to stay focused, but yeah, all good so far.
Good stuff. Now, as a footballer, at what point did you realise yourself that you wanted to be a professional footballer, or that you felt you could be a professional footballer? You know what I mean?
I think I just fell into it. Like when I was playing, when I was young, I was not fussy to be. I just play football for fun, and step by step, when you get into it, and after I went to PhD, and I was like, oh, I can make something of myself, maybe. So that's what happened, really. But I was not bothered to be a professional footballer at the beginning. Like,
yeah, a lot of people say that it's an enjoyment thing. They get into it because they simply enjoy it, don't they? But at what point for you did it become, I suppose, serious? Was it about the time you moved to PSG, probably?
the year before in my hometown, it was a little bit serious. Like we were training maybe like 4 days a week and play the game, and that's when a lot of clubs were coming and looking. We know as a player, and after like that's when it started really like.
Like it must have been a big thing for you to move to Paris, because you're actually from Paris, aren't you? You're Parisian.
It was the best option for me because I could go home every weekend. So that's why I went to PSG, really.
And I think you were a French under-18 international. Is that right? You played a couple of games with them. How was that experience?
That was unbelievable. Like that was really good.
And
yeah.
What players did you play with? Were there any players that people might know today that?
Not really my generation. Not really.
Yeah.
We like went a little bit everywhere, but like it was great experience. Yeah.
And at Paris Saint-Germain itself, what was the experience like to train and play? I think you played for, I think they're called the second team essentially, aren't they? But I've no doubt there were some quality players in that team, I'd say, were there?
Oh, it was really good. Some like injured professional like come back to play with us sometime. Like it was really good experience. Sometimes I train with like Louis Ndula. I train with like Ludovic Julie a few times. Stuff like that. So it was really good. Like.
Yeah, Julie was small, but a lot of balance, didn't he? He was a very, very good player. So you moved to England, obviously, after that, and you moved, I think it was Sheffield Wednesday. How did the move to England come about, and how did you find the differences with the culture once you moved to England?
The move came out of nowhere, really. It came out of nowhere because my last season PhD, I was injured like a lot, so I couldn't really find a club in France. It was hard. I went on trial to get a club in like 5th division, 4th division, and I didn't really want that. And one agent rang me and said, "Oh, you want to go to England?" And I just jumped in the plane and just went to Sheffield Wednesday on trial.
And how did you find, once you got over there, did you find it difficult, like moving away from your own country to a new country?
I was ready for that. I said that to my parents. I said I'm ready. I wanted to learn new experience and stuff, so it was good.
Good. And obviously you moved to Rochdale, I think it was 2013. You stayed there for a few seasons. Quite successful. I think you gained promotion there to League One, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, it was good. It was my first real season, like as like playing first team football and everything. And it was really good. First season in League Two, we got promoted to League One. So what else you want? Like for the first season playing like professional football, nothing really. That was the best.
I can't remember. Did you win the league, or did you come through the playoffs there at Rochdale?
We didn't win. We finished second or third, I think. But we got like automatic promoted.
Oh, yeah. So you would have finished second, I think. Yeah, you got automatic. Yeah, it's the best way to do it. You moved to Carlisle and then Accrington, and obviously then you moved off to Ireland. You moved to Limerick FC. How did that come about? How did the move to Limerick come about for you?
When I was at Accrington, I signed there like to Carlisle, and for 6 months I played one game, only one. And to be fair, my head was gone. Like I was really like out of it. Like I was really not bothered. Like I was training good and everything, but I was not getting the team and everything. So in January, the manager came and said, "Okay, it's not working." I said, "Yeah, it's not working." So we just like an agreement me to leave, and after I said I just want to leave England, I want a fresh start. So one agent I know said, "Oh, you want to go to Ireland, like first division?" I said, "Yes, why not?" He said, "Yeah, the first team they can play Europe football and everything." So I said, "Okay." I just took the gamble and went to Limerick. Yeah.
And how did you find? Did you find any different? What were stylistically between the leagues in England and the League of Ireland? Did you find any difference in the styles of football?
And I think in Ireland is more football than probably League Two, maybe because League Two and is very very physical. Really, like it's very physical. And I think in Ireland is a lot of good football. Maybe the tempo is a little bit slower, but they're playing football like.
And I suppose that probably didn't suit you when you were at Accrington and that, because you like to get the ball and play, don't you? So I can imagine that they probably didn't play the style that suited your style. Probably was that a big factor for you? Do you think?
No, because when you're in team, you just get used to it. Even at Rochdale, we really played good football. Carlisle too, to be fair. But Accrington, like when you're in the team, you just try to do your best what you can. Like that's it.
And obviously, then you moved from Limerick. I think you were in Limerick for one season, and you got to the FAI Cup semi-finals. Is that right?
Nah, I don't think so. No.
No, I'm wrong, obviously. But how did you find Limerick FC and the city of Limerick in general?
The city was fine. I never came to Ireland before, and it was new for me. So I learned, I enjoyed every part of it, and we had a good team at Limerick. I really enjoyed it with the boys and everything. So we had a good season this season. I think we finished like mid-table, like 6 or 7, and I think I was really happy with it, and it gave my confidence back to football too. So I was really happy.
I find that with a lot of players that they might be over in England and maybe League One, League Two, sometimes Scotland, and they move back to Ireland, particularly Irish players. They move back to Ireland and they start to perform in the League of Ireland. And often what happens is they perform and then they move back to England and they seem to be more ready once they move back. Would you recommend a lot of footballers that maybe are in League Two, for example, or maybe the lower leagues in Scotland to move to Ireland? Would that be something that you would say to people?
Like me, when I moved to Limerick, to Ireland, I said, oh, maybe if I knew before I went to England, I could have just come to Ireland and build my confidence from there and, maybe go across after. But I think like there's a lot of good players in Ireland can build their confidence in this league and move to England. Yeah.
And did you think when you came over, was the standard a bit better than you thought it was in the League of Ireland? Did you think the standard of football and the quality of players in the League of Ireland was a little bit better than you thought?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think the league don't get enough review and enough like encouragement for the football here. Like.
Yeah, I find that as well with a lot of players that come over, particularly foreign players that come over to Ireland. I think they're surprised by the standard. They think it's when they come over initially that it's worse than they actually thought in the first place. So it's a big thing with them that they're surprised with the standard. You obviously left Limerick then. Was that a disappointment for you to leave Limerick? You moved to Waterford, obviously, but at the time, did you want to leave Limerick FC?
At the time, no, because I had a great season. But after we didn't find an agreement for me to stay, so I said, so I just move on then.
What can you do? Now, you played 51 games for Waterford FC, scored 5 goals. I know the Waterford fans still love you down there to this day. How did you find the experience at Waterford?
It was really good. Like the first season, we had a great team. Like I don't even know how to explain, because even with the players, we said that was the best dressing room most of the players ever had in a football career. Like it was a mixture and everything, like an understanding, like in the team. It was like you don't even have to talk, like you just go on the pitch and do the job, really.
And the football must have suited you because you were in the PFA FAI Team of the Year, and I believe you got Waterford Player of the Year. And you got goal of the season from one of the seasons against the team behind me there, St. Patrick's Athletic. That must have been a great sense of pride for you, was it? To get goal of the season, to get Player of the Year, to be in the PFI Team of the Year also.
Football-wise, it was my best season, I think, 100%.
Yeah, and that's something obviously you enjoyed. We're on to next. Yeah, Europe. Obviously, Waterford qualified for Europe, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That must have been a big disappointment for the players, was it? I mean, it would have come out of the blue. You wouldn't have been expecting it. You put a lot of effort into that season. You obviously finished fourth and qualified for Europe, and unfortunately, because of certain situations, it didn't happen. How did you feel as a player when you found out?
It was crazy. It was that day when we found out, it was crazy. I think if we went to Europe, I would have stayed there. That was in my mind. I wanted to stay there and play Europe, but it didn't happen, and it was a big flop for every players. Like, it was from that season when we find out we didn't go to Europe. Like, we just went head down. Really, like, it was really hard to take.
Yeah, and then it would have been very difficult for the club as well, because they were expecting to play in Europe, so they would have had a budget, for that. And to suddenly find out that you're not going to be in Europe, unfortunately they had to let players go, actually, didn't they? And yourself, you were one of them. But did you get to say goodbye to the Waterford fans as such? Did you know you were leaving? But you probably didn't know, did you?
Played the game, but it was not official yet. But I just when it was time to go. But I love there. I love the fans. I love the city. It was unbelievable. Like, I really enjoyed my time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's a nice city, all right. What was your favourite game for Waterford? What game meant the most for you playing for Waterford?
The most was the game against Cork when he had a lot of cards and everything. When I pushed John Cofield down, I think that was the game I would always remember at Waterford. Yeah, it was lots of fans and everything. The atmosphere was really good, and we won, and everything went not right way, but it went the right way. Yeah.
So obviously the rivalry of Cork. Did you enjoy playing in those games against Cork City? Especially Cork City were a very good team at the side as well. Actually, at the time as well, like
at the top of the league with Dundalk, they were fighting for the trophy.
Yeah, exactly. Any dressing room stories a Waterford fan wants to know? Funny dressing room stories now.
Funny dressing room? Yeah. To be fair, it was many, every day we were dancing in the dressing room and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find one, but it was one day like Easy Akinade, so he had a fun, like a colory dress, and just Rennie came in dressing room and just put it on. That was really funny, actually.
Do you remember Shane Murphy from your time at Waterford?
Yeah.
Shane Murphy, yeah. He wants to know, are you still dancing?
Always.
Yeah, always dancing. That's good. So obviously the club are in your heart, and as you say, you didn't really want to leave, but you did leave, and you moved on to Linfield in the Irish League. Did you notice any differences, or do you notice any difference between the League of Ireland and the Irish League?
The Irish League is very physical. It's similar than England, really. They just want to go forward and goal. It's really typical like England, I think. Yeah, it's very similar than England.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, because obviously they're on the same strip of land. Like, you wouldn't think there'd be a difference in your head, wouldn't you? Not that there's such a difference, but clearly there is. But Linfield are obviously a big club as well, and is it good to play at Windsor Park?
Yeah, it was really good. I had a great season. It's a shame, we don't know if we're gonna finish it or not, but so far so good. We're top of the league, and I went there to try to win trophies, and we had a great run in Europe. It was a great season. I really enjoyed my time there, and I got another season, so hopefully I can go back as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think it was the first time in Europe that Linfield actually came through 2 rounds as well, and you were beaten by Qarabag, who have been in the Champions League, actually. How did you find those games against Qarabag?
It was hard, but it was unbelievable in the time, 1 goal difference, one goal.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when we play in Europe, we had something special. We just go in and just give 100%, and we went so far. We were so close, but at the same time, it's so far, but it was unbelievable.
It would have been massive for the club and the league if you got through to that stage. But I think what happens is you're coming up against seasoned teams like Qarabag, and they just probably have that bit more, European experience. They played teams like Chelsea in the Champions League and teams like that. But to have gone in and, you know, you wouldn't know who would have been in the draw. You could have been playing Barcelona or Real Madrid or, you know, it would have been Paris Saint-Germain actually as well, which would have been interesting. But yeah, that must have been a bit of a disappointment for you, but a great adventure anyway. Shane Lavery plays for Linfield, obviously. Yeah. How highly do you rate him? A lot of people seem to think that he can go and have a good career.
I think he could, you know, when you play in Europe, he was unbelievable for us, even in the league. Like, he just score goals on his own and everything. He's still young. He came back from England, so I think just give him a little time and let him build his confidence, and he can make great stuff. Like,
yeah, exactly. Now we'll get on to a few teammates, but actually, I have another question. I don't know what this is from a Waterford fan, right? They want to know what's the difference between an apple and an orange.
I don't really eat the orange.
We'll move on. Right, teammate questions. Who's the most skillful player in the Linfield squad? Apart from yourself, you can't name yourself.
Skillful, let's say Daniel Kearns or Jordan Soccer. Yeah, between them two, I would say.
And if you had to pick one?
I'll say Daniel Kearns, to be fair, yeah.
Very good. Right, the hardest trainer in the squad?
The hardest trainer? I would say probably Chris Caseman. Yeah, Chris Caseman was working very hard there.
Right, so who'd be the comedian in the squad? Who's the joker in the dressing room?
The joker, it will be Kirk Miller and Jordan Soccer. Yeah. Both of them, they just made one, like.
Right, right, okay. And who'd be the moaniest player in training? Who's always complaining and grumping, you know?
To be fair, I might say me sometime.
Is that a French thing, Bastien?
Probably. But, to be fair, I'll take this one. I said me. Yeah,
You'll take that one. Okay, fair enough. Who's the most vain? Who can't get out of the mirror? Who can't stop looking at themselves in the mirror?
I'll say Miller. I say Kirk Miller. Yeah.
Really, he's getting a lot of mentions here, isn't he? Who's the best dresser?
Well, no, to be fair, the one who can't stop looking himself, I give him a big shout. He's a good friend of mine. Is Matthew Clark. Matthew Clark.
Very good. Yeah. Who's the best dresser in the squad?
The best dresser. I don't know this one. This is the tough one.
Are you trying to say nobody dresses well?
I saw some stuff up there really bad, you know. The best dresser, you know, I'll give it to Andrew Waterford. You know, he's a little bit older than us, so he like to dress up, yeah.
So he has a bit of style. I'd say the young guys just wear tracksuits all the time, do they?
Really. Yeah.
Who's the worst dresser then? There must be a lot of contenders here, yeah.
He's the captain, Jimmy McGrew.
Really? He's the worst dresser. What would he dress? What kind of clothes?
I don't know. The boy said, so I was not there, but I see him a few times. But the boy said he dressed like a teacher, you know, like a proper teacher.
Really? Yeah. And how old is he?
I think he's 33. Yeah, 33.
23. Yeah. And he dressed like a teacher. Very good.
Probably teacher. Yeah.
Right, Bastien. That was great crack. Great having you on. Really appreciate you coming on. Thanks very much. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Nice one. Thank you, Bastien. See you later. Bye-bye.